Hi everyone, welcome to Val Fashion's YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make a welt pocket with zipper. I'm going to be making this welt pocket and then we'll use zip to close up this welt pocket. So I've cut out the fabrics I'll be using for the welt pocket. So here I have the width. This is the width now. I have the width of 7 inches. The width of the welt pocket I'm making is 5 inches. Then I have 7 inches here because I'll be using 1 inch on both left and right for the sewing allowance inside. So here I have 7 inches, the width, and then the length I have here is 5.5. I also have the same thing on this side. So to get started, you can see I'm going to be fixing this welt pocket on a skirt. Okay, so here to know where I'm going to be placing my welt pocket, I'll come here from the side seam here. I'll come in by 1.5 inch. I'll mark it 1.5 inch like so. So I'll place my fabric here, meaning my fabric will be starting from this 1.5. Can you see it's slanted? Then from this waistline, you can see I have a style line here. I just have this fine pattern that I have here. So I'll come down from this point by 1.5 inch also. That's from this line here. I came in by 1.5 inch and I'm coming down by 1.5 inch here. So I'll now place my pattern. Okay, so I'll be doing the same thing on the left hand side. Everything I'm doing here is what I'll replicate on the other side. Okay, so now having placed this, I'll get the midpoint. So I'll go ahead and pin it first of all so that it doesn't shift. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and get the midpoint of this my 5.5 inches, which is going to be 2 1/4. So I can just fold my tape like this and then mark it. So this is where I have the midpoint here. Okay, so I also come down here and still mark the same midpoint. This is to enable me get a straight line. So I'll go ahead and draw my straight line. I'm going to be marking 5 inches, the length of 5 inches. So from here, remember that the whole length I have here is 7 inches. So I'll get the midpoint of my 7 inches, which is going to be 3.5. So here is the midpoint of my 7 inches. So from this midpoint, I'm going to mark 2.5 inches. Remember I said I want to have a length of 5 inches for the welt pocket. So I have 1 inch left. Okay, so here we are. So from this point, I will now go ahead to draw a straight line from this point to this point, which is my 5 inches. So I'll go ahead to draw a straight line now. So the width of the welt pocket I'll be making, I want it to be a ½ inch welt pocket. So I'll come here and mark ½ inch on this and ¼ inch. Remember I said I want it to be a ½ inch welt pocket. So I'm going to be marking ¼ inch. So this is me placing my tape from this is 1 1/4 here. So I'm just going to mark ¼ inch. I don't want the head of my tape to add to my measurement. Remember, I'm going to be putting an invisible zip in this skirt, so I need it to really come close. So I'm going to be marking my ¼ inch. So here is my ¼ inch. So I'll go ahead to draw my line. So where we are. So now I have my drawing of the welt pocket. So I'll just go ahead and create this shape that I will use to notch the welt pocket. So you just want to go up by half inch and create that shape. Just an upside down triangle or an upside down V. Okay, So no, not an upside down triangle, an upside down V or a triangle. So now I've done this. I'll make sure to pin it very well so that it doesn't shift from here. I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing I've done on this side, on the other, that's on the second side. Okay, I've gone ahead to mark the other side just like I did for this one. So what I'll be doing now, take this to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew on this line outside. I'm not sewing on the middle. I'll be sewing on this line. I'll do the same thing on this other one. That's going to be sewing four corners this way rectangularly. I'll come back and show us the next thing to do. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew it. As you can see, this is my thread line going this way. Okay, so I will advise you that when you're sewing yours, don't start from these edges, start from around here so that it can be easy for you to turn. If you start from the edge here, it will not be easy for you to turn. So just start from around here, sew it and bring it back and then turn. You need to keep the shapes here as sharp as possible. That's why I said to you, I will advise that you don't sew from the beginning. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this open. This line, the essence of this line is for you to know the middle so that you can cut open in the middle. So I'm going to cut it open now. So as I go close to this part, I'm going to cut it diagonally. That's the essence of the triangle I have there. Okay, so I'll do it this way also. And then the triangle I have here also, I'll cut diagonally and then do the same thing. So you want to be very careful with this so that you don't cut your seam line or your thread. Okay, so I'll do the same thing for this part and then I'll show us the next thing to do. So after cutting it open, this is what I will have. Can you see my hand coming out from it? So you want to turn it in and iron it well. So I'm just going to push it inwards like this. So you need it to really, the shape, the triangle shape, I'm sorry, the rectangle shape, you want it to really come out well. Can you see I have my half inch here? So you can see how it is even relaxed already, even without ironing it, without pressing it already. So it's really relaxed. But this is because of this notch that we have here, as this diagonal cut here. Okay, so I'll do the same for this one. To bring in your iron and press it very well. So I'm just going to press this place well and show us how to go about it. Having pressed it down now like so, what I'll be doing now, I'm going to flip to the wrong side of my skirt. So I want to now fold this now. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm bringing this part now. I want to bring the same to cover up this quarter inch. Okay, so I'll just hold my fabric like this and then press it again. Can you see? I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down by half inch from this part. Okay, that's from here. I'll come down by half inch and then I'll press it this way. Yes. So I folded my half inch. So I'm now bringing back my fabric, that's the remaining fabric, to come and close up this quarter inch. Let me repeat this part. I came down by a half inch from the opening, which is here, and then I now folded this part so that it can come and cover quarter inch of the pocket. That's half of the opening of the pocket. So I'm going to use my wood to press it down so that it stays well. So I will do the same thing for this one. I'll come in by half inch This is so that you don't see the part that was stitched from outside. So you come in by half inch. So here's my half inch. I will press it like this. Just look carefully, pay attention, and you understand it. I'll press it like this, and then I will leave the quarter. I'll bring the quarter inch that will come and meet this one. Now, can you see what we have? So I'm just going to bring in my wood and make sure that I place it on it so that it relaxes well. So I've pressed it well. Can you see what we have? So you see these 2 points are covering and meeting up like this. So let me take it to the back. So this wood I used to press it now will make it not to open. That's the breast part of the dress of the fabric not to open. So can you see what we have here in front? So I'm going to take this now. I'll bring in my invisible zipper and then show us how to place it here. I'm going to be fixing an invisible zip. So I'm just going to take this zip now. I'll pin it to this point. You make sure that the head is out here. Okay, so I'll place my zipper like this. That's what I'm saying is this is the end of your pocket, so you must make sure that your zipper head does not exceed that place. If not, you will not have the end of your, that's this the opening of the zipper. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure that it does not exceed this point so that it can show outside, because that's it. You want the invisible zip to come out of the to be at the pocket, so you don't want to allow the head come this way. So I'm going to pin this to this side and then pin this to the other side, and then I'll sew it down. So let me pin it while and show us. So I've pinned my invisible zip. Can you see? So now try to open it. I just pinned it. I've not sewn yet. Can you see? Can you see? You can't even see the zipper. So instead of leaving this pocket open, I have an invisible zip hidden under. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. So after sewing it, this is what we have. Can you see? We have our zip opening, and then we'll close it. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to top stitch this pocket so that all these places, you can see these corners, by the time I top stitch them, they will relax better. So you want to top stitch it round like so. So after doing that, I'll now fix my pocket bag. Okay, I've cut out my fabric. I made it 8 inches wide. This is 8 inches. This is almost 8.5. It's more than what I need. 8 inches wide, and then the length, I made it 14 inches long. So can you see? We have 14 inches long. So this is the way I'll be fixing this pocket bag now. I'm going to come here and sew it to this part. Can you see? Look at the pocket bag. I want it to be like this, unfold, like every other normal pocket that you can put your hand inside. So I'm going to come here now. This upper part will be sewn to this first one. Okay, and then the second one, that's the second part, will be sewn to the second side of the pocket. Then I'll close it up round. So let me pin it and show us how I'll be sewing it. I'll make sure to sew it inside like this. Remember that this skirt has a lining, so all the rough part, and it's going to be inseam sewing, all the rough part will be sewn inside. So can you see what we have? So I'm sewing it this way and sewing it this way. So this is so that I can put my hand in the pocket. That's after I must have top stitched each round. So I will do that and then sew the pocket, and then the next thing to do is to close up this pocket like this. That's just to sew it down like this, and I'll do the same thing on this side. So the pocket will now be ready. Okay, I'm done with this, and I fixed my pocket. As you can see. I'll be using my lining to cover all the rough parts. So this is what our pocket looks like. You see? So when you put your hand inside, it won't come out. So this is it. Okay, close your zipper. As you can see, you won't see, it's only just the head of the zipper. That's what you'll be seeing. It's completely hidden inside. I've done the same thing for this. Okay, the same thing. I hope you enjoyed making this tutorial with me. Please kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next one. Bye.